The crown was never meant to rest forever. And the past never stays silent. Auradon looks peaceful again. The sky is clear. The streets are calm. The kingdom believes the story is over. But stories like this never truly end. They wait, they breathe. And when the world forgets them, they wake up. Long ago, the children of villains changed everything. They broke the rules. They crossed the line between good and evil. They proved that who you are does not have to be decided by where you come. Auradon was rebuilt on that hope. The Isle was left behind, the gates were closed, and for a while, it worked, but magic always leaves scars. Deep beneath the shining towers of Auradon, something stirs. Old spells whisper through broken stones. A crown, once shattered, begins to glow again, not with light but with memory. Every choice that was made, every battle that was won, every secret that was buried, a voice returns, calm, strong, familiar. It speaks of balance, not victory, of choices, not destiny. Mal thought she had escaped her past. She thought she had rewritten her future. But power never disappears. It only waits for the right moment to be called back. The Isle is quiet now, but not empty. Shadows move where no one is looking. A forgotten name echoes through the dark. Someone remembers the old magic. Someone has been watching Auradon grow soft. And they are ready to remind the kingdom what it cost to build peace. The heroes have. Grown older, stronger, wiser, but the world has changed too. The magic they once controlled now feels different, unstable, like it no longer answers to them alone. The past is no longer a lesson. It is a warning dot as the wind rises over Auradon. One truth becomes clear: the legacy is not finished. And the descendants are being called back? Whether they are ready or not, the sky darkens first. Like the world itself is holding its breath, storm clouds roll over Auradon, slow and heavy, blocking the sun that once stood for hope, the magic barrier that protected the kingdom begins to flicker, not breaking. Not yet, but weakening. Something is pressing against it from the other side, testing its strength, waiting for the right moment to strike. Far from the castle, deep where no one dares to go, ancient symbols light up the ground. Spells that were banned, magic that was never meant to be used again. A figure stands in the shadows, face unseen, voice low and steady. They speak a name that has not been spoken in years, a name tied to anger, loss, and revenge. This is not a threat born from chaos. This is a plan. Built with patience, Auradon's leaders sense it too. The air feels wrong. Mirrors crack without being touched. Fires burn blue instead of red. Magic no longer listens the way it used to. Every spell takes more effort. Every solution creates a new problem. Peace has made the kingdom comfortable, and comfort has made it weak. Mal feels it before anyone else. A pull in her chest. A power she thought she had mastered now pushing back. Her magic is stronger, but heavier. Like it carries a price she hasn't paid yet. The crown calls to her again, not as a symbol of rule, but as a reminder of who she really is. Part hero, part villain. And never fully free from either. Whispers spread through Auradon. Some say a new enemy is rising. Others believe the danger never left. The Isle may be silent, but silence can hide many things: old grudges, broken promises, children of villains who were never given a second chance. The unseen enemy watches from afar as fear slowly returns to the kingdom. They do not rush. They do not attack. They wait, because they know something Auradon has forgotten. The greatest. Danger is not the magic you fear. It's the truth you tried to bury. The next generation feels it first. They don't understand why their dreams are filled with fire, crowns, and broken gates. They don't know why their hearts race when they walk near the old borders of the Isle. They were raised on stories of peace, taught that the past was fixed and the future was safe. But something inside them knows that story is incomplete. These are the new descendants. Sons and daughters of heroes and villains, some born in Auradon, others in the shadows beyond it. They carry names that open doors and names that close. They were told they could be anything. But the world still looks at where they come from before it looks at who they are. The magic shifts. These young descendants begin to change. Powers awaken without warning. Control comes slowly. Fear comes fast. Some hide what they can do, others embrace it. A few begin to ask dangerous questions. Why were some families forgiven while others were forgotten? Why does freedom still have rules? Mal watches them from a distance. She sees herself in their anger, their doubt, their hunger to choose their own path. She knows what it feels like to stand between two worlds and belong to neither. The crown weighs heavier now, not because of power, but because of responsibility. Old heroes return, not as fighters, but as guides. They warn the new generation that magic always asks for something in return, that every choice shapes the world that follows. But warnings only go so far. When fear and curiosity grow stronger than trust, friendships are tested, loyalties shift. One small decision starts a chain that cannot be undone. The line between good and evil blurs again, not because of villains, but because of choice. As darkness creeps closer, the descendants must face a question no one can answer for them. Are they meant to follow the legacy they were given? Or are they brave enough to break it? The warning comes too late. The sky over Auradon shatters with thunder as the barrier finally breaks. Not in flames, but in silence. Magic floods the land, wild and uncontrolled, bending the world into something unfamiliar. Streets twist. Towers crack. The kingdom that once stood as a promise now stands as a test. The enemy steps forward at last. Still unseen, still unnamed, but their power is clear. They don't want the crown. They don't want the throne. They want the truth exposed. They want every lie, every hidden choice, every unfair judgment brought into the light. And they are willing to burn the future to do it. Mal stands at the center of the storm. The magic inside her surges like it never has before. This time, it doesn't feel borrowed, it feels earned. But power alone won't save Auradon. It never did. The final choice isn't about winning. It's about what must be given up. The new descendants rise beside her, afraid, determined, ready, not because they were told to fight, but because they choose to. Old rules fall away. New bonds form in the middle of chaos. For the first time, heroes and villains stand as equals, not by blood, but by belief. A sacrifice is coming. Everyone feels it. Something precious must be lost so the world can move forward. A crown. A title. A piece of magic that can never be reclaimed. The question is not who will fall, but what the future will become because of it. As the storm reaches its peak, a single truth echoes through the kingdom. Legacies do not decide the future. Choices do. The screen fades to black. A final whisper breaks the silence. Every story has a reckoning. Descendants 5 coming 2026, only on DIS and Ueda. Silence after the storm feels heavier than the battle itself. Auradon still stands, but it is no longer the same. The magic has settled, quieter now, like it is watching instead of obeying. The crown lies untouched, no longer glowing, no longer calling to anyone. For the first time, power has no owner. The descendants walk forward into a future without clear rules. Some paths are broken, others are finally open. There is no promise that everything will be easy again. Only the promise that the next choice will matter more than ever. Mal turns away from the throne. Not in defeat, but in freedom. She understands now that leadership is not about control, it is about letting go. The past shaped her, but it no longer defines her. And that may be the greatest victory of all. In the distance, a new light appears. Small, steady, not born from fear or anger, but from hope that was earned the hard way. The next generation watches it rise, knowing the world ahead will test them, but also trusting themselves to face it. One last message echoes through Auradon. Not as a warning, but as a promise. The story is not over. It has only changed hands. The screen fades once more, a soft final beat. The future belongs to those who choose it.